Hello and welcome to part 4 of chapter 42. It is moment in the chapter where we get like some progress, and now we got a setback because in last part we figured out the true identities of the 7 Vitas and that they share an authority of the big Tsar, and now they want this authority to transfer to Fu Hua, or like Fu Hua or Grisel, I'm not sure which of one this, but they needed some time for tweaking it. However, Fu Hua has decided to enter her Ultra form from the Honkai Beast, which she has the genes of, which name I not even remember right now. It's a lot of names. Boruda, maybe wrong, but yeah, she decided to activate her Mantras powers, which went somehow wrong because Sa just disconnected her from the server. Let's say like Fu Hua tried to cheat, and Sa as the admin, because Fu Hua has like hollow projection, probably had the right to disconnect her from the planet. And that's bad news for us. So let's find out how bad it is in the end. What kind of play would a god's life be? None. The hero of God.
要小心，越是精巧绵密的计划，越容易从无人留意的角落功亏一篑。
Be careful. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry.
而一个计划即将收尾之际，正是它最脆弱的时候。
A plan is most precarious when it's about to end.
正如此时此刻。
Just like now.
难道这就是这个体系下的地狱？
Would it be the hell in this system?
那可真是煞风景啊！
What a letdown.
看样子勉强还能行动，如果这也算行动的话。
It seems I can still put off an act, if this count as one. That is,
数据损失率超过了99%的，是我赌赢了。
the data loss percentage has surpassed 99%, but I won the bet.
即使只有不到1%的数据残留，我依然保有自身的意识，抵达了数据洪流的终端，行星的中心，神明的心脏。
Even though I have less than 1% of remaining data, my self-awareness is still unimpaired and has reached the end of the data current, the tent of planets, and the healed of God, the heart of God.
怎么样？对于只身独闯幕后黑手巢穴的挑战者，不出来迎接一下，不会很失礼吗？索。
Isn't it rather uncouth to welcome the challenger who dare to walk into the cultist lair alone? Sa?
哼，沉默也是回答的一种。看来需要我自行探寻你所隐藏的秘密了。
Feels like strong copium. Silence is still an answer. It seems it's up to me to reveal your hidden secret. Okay, Moriarty, you kinda helping us, I hope. It's like big television stuff. On the scorched earth, fate prayers. In the deep of the sea, mysterious ballads were being sang. In the great void of the space, cold murmurs were heard.
这些都是记忆，
All of those are memories.
经由神的全知全能之眼，观察他所曾注视的一切。哎呀，这可真是有趣。
Observe everything she once laid eyes on through the omniscient and almighty eyes of God. What? Wow, that sounds fun.
虽然这份喜悦无人分享有些遗憾，不过
It's a real shame there's no one to share this joy with. But
记忆总是埋藏着最深的秘密，或许甚至连本人都不曾知晓。来吧，让我看看神明的一生是怎样一出波澜壮阔的戏剧。
the deepest secret always hides within memories, and sometimes even the owner of those memories can't find them. Come on now. Let me see how the grand play of God's life unfolds. The site was filled with broken pieces. Looks like there's some unpleasant memories. Oh god, we're losing ourselves more and more. On the planet there seems to be a huge disaster. This is memories of Venus. Probably.
原来如此，原来如此。
So that's what it is.
这就是你的后手吗，梭？因为发现了有人在暗中窥伺引导，所以你从一开始就没打算正面应战，而是准备直接动用权限，抹杀地面上的一切。
So that's your last resort, sir. When you discovered that someone was looking and guiding you secretly, you didn't plan to confront them from the start. Instead, you decided to build your power and downright obliterate everything on the ground.
如果你一直躲在后方，那我可怜的大侦探岂不是白忙活了一场？
But if you refuse to show yourself, then wasn't our great detective doing everything for nothing?
那就有点太无聊了吧？
Isn't that a little boring?
好不容易准备好的戏剧舞台，演员不到齐可没法开演呢。
The stage took a lot of efforts to prepare, but the play can't begin without all the actors present. Is Moriarty about to help Fu Hua?
万幸的是，你如今的思考逻辑非常模式化，很容易摸索出规律。
But fortunately, your logic now is way too formulaic. Figuring out the pattern is like child's play to me.
只要我在这里稍稍胡闹一番，你就会出于计较资源得失，转移本体到更安全的地方。
So long as I stir up some mischief here, you will transfer your original entity to a safer place, out of consideration for the balance of resources.
而在那个过程中，你必然要经由现实，你的本体也会不可避免地暴露一部分在外，而这。
And during that process, you will eventually materialize and inevitably expose a part of your true form, which...
虽然很让人不爽，但从结果而言， 我的行动确实在帮那位大侦探。
I'm reluctant to admit it, but my actions will eventually help the detective.
那又如何？这是我做出的选择，我所策划的复仇剧。
That's not a big deal, though. It's my own decision to direct this play of revenge.
独属于莫里亚蒂的舞台包厢。
An opera box exclusive to Moriarty.
高高在上的神明啊，我可不会让你如愿以偿，做个缩头乌龟。
Oh, lofty deity, I won't allow you to have your own way and act like coward.
你坠落凡间的日子已经不远了。
The day you fall from your pedestal is drawing near. Oh, that was kind of short. Wrath, kindness. The cost of sin. You should know that God's footsteps are hidden in everything in the world. Looks like Moriarty's at least do something for us. Yeah, you should know that God's footsteps are hidden in everything in the world. Renounce desire. Do not cover other possessions, and you shall experience true joy. Otherwise, for a precious moment, the light of consciousness illuminated a corner of the boundless darkness. Consciousness once again awakened from the expanding cracks. This time, the meditator took longer to find the reason why they were reawakened from the even expanding angel, as well as the ensuring hope that has died out of for an eternity. This is what Phosphorus looks like now. Huh? He wasn't surprised by the changes he has undergone. Or rather, it was fortunate that she could still project herself and personally observe the results of the seeding in Phosphorus with her own eyes. As for whether she could continue to smell the fragrance of flowers, feel the warmth of light, and touch every bit of reality with a human body, in the giants and losses brought by multiple expansions, such mandate consideration had no place in her mind and were ever unnecessary. After all, only expansion could exist for eternity within the body of Sa. And she looks also like Moriarty with 1% data maintenance. Gains and losses. She always experiences such things. If fate truly operated under such laws, then losing her human form might be the undeniable proof that she has already touched the sky.
无论如何，考核的时刻已经到了。
Either way, the time for examination had arrived. Examination Head to the square. Oh. Huh?
小心！
Watch out!
对不起，对不起，这位姐姐，你没事吧？我有没有撞到你？
I'm so sorry. Are you hurt? Did I hurt you?
没有，
Not really.
那就好。
Good.
姐姐的打扮好陌生呢，难道说？
The way you dress is so foreign. Could it be?
你是在拍电影，玩角色扮演，总不会是外星人吧？
Are you filming? Role playing? Are you an alien?
外星人，倒恰如其分。
Alien? That's unexpectedly accurate word.
是这样吗？
Huh? Is that true?
怎么办？外星人竟然真的存在吗？
What to do then? Feelings exist after all, but oh, calm.
不过，不管外星人姐姐究竟打算来弗罗斯做什么，最好都请上一位熟悉当地情况的导游带路。
No. Regardless of what you intend to do in Phosphorus, you should have a guide who is familiar with this place to lead the way. Your alien can understand your speech.
比如酒馆服务员尤娜、询问雷德大叔，以及百事通娜娜，也就是我啦。
There are some big names, like the tavern waitress Yuna, the patrolman Uncle Reed, and the all-knowing Nana. That's me. Oh, okay.
不瞒你说，只要提到最了解弗洛斯的人，我说第二，可没人敢说第一。
To be honest though, among everyone who understands Phosphorus well, not a single person could dare to say they know more about it than I do. Not even the creator of Phosphorus? Probably not. To be honest, she does not care
怎么
about
样
that.
姐姐要考虑一下吗？
So what do you say? Perhaps her words were quite persuasive, as she found herself involuntarily contemplating the offer. However, just as she was about to nod in agreement, she suddenly remembered who she was. Thanks to the power of the sea, her roots could intertwine her here and extend into the sea of stars. Although she had not fully grasped every strand of power flowing through her roots yet, she had indeed accomplished the miracle of transforming ecosystems and nurturing life. And the layer of mystery destined this creation to never truly recognize their creator. Even if they made such contact, their memory of their creator would be soon wiped. For a human, such a being is often referred to as a deity. Divinity. But if that were the case, then why would she needed the help of a human?
谢谢，不必了。
Thank you, but I will pass.
那姐姐你慢慢玩，祝你今天开心。
Okay then. Have fun and I wish you a pleasant day.
你也是。
You too. With an almost concrete idea in her mind, she began to attempt something she would never done before. Observe residents of Phosphorus. But this is like before the flood, right? When exactly is this? No?
水灵灵的洋茄，你要来一袋吗？
Hey, check my fresh sunny eggplants. Do you want a sack?
单买不减价，成袋买够量还送3条甜玉瓜。
There are no discount for single one, but you can get 3 sweet jade melons for free if you buy a sack full. Rolling his eyes, the old man looked at the customer before him up and down.
看小姑娘面生，我可要多嘴提醒一句：弗洛斯现在的年轻人呐，自以为聪明绝顶，小手段却是一个接一个。
Since you're not a familiar face, I feel compelled to give you some advice. The young people in Phosphorus these days think they are incredibly clever, but all they do is play various tricks.
他们热衷于往发蔫的菜上洒水，营造一种这菜是刚从地里摘出来的假象，又或者干脆在智能秤上做手脚，把像我这样玩不转高科技的老人呐骗得团团转。
They especially like to sprinkle water on wilted vegetables to create the illusion that they have been freshly picked from the field. But sometimes they downright tamper with the smart tales, tricking old folks like me who struggle with high-tech gadgets.
你说，这菜是好是坏，又有几斤几两，大家看一看，掂一掂，自然有数，何必要弄这些表面功夫骗人呢？
You see, everyone can figure out the quality and weight of vegetables by looking at and weighting them. So why keep up the facade? Stay silent or gaze inward? I think we just stay silent. The old man's eyes shimmered with sincerity. Nevertheless, she still detected something impure within them. Gaze inward. Looks like we didn't have a choice. The advice was indeed well intentioned, as he didn't consider his upcoming action to be wrong. The vegetables he sold were indeed fresh. At least the ones stacked on top were. However, there were many rotting vegetables underneath. Guided by his principle of never wasting food, he still chose to put the rotten vegetables on the shelves. He trusted his again but sharp eyes and skilled hands. Of course, if anyone noticed something amiss later and came looking for him, he would make sure that his hands and eyes age appropriately. What a clever old man.
别急着走呀，我再送你一条田玉瓜呗。
Hey, don't leave so quickly. I will give you another sweet jade melon for free. You sneaky old man. Putting fresh vegetables on top. I see it. I will note it.
老东西，又当着别人的面说我坏话了是吧？
You badmouthing me to the others again, old geese.
你赚不到钱不找自己的原因，反而怪我的销售方式有问题，是不是有毛病？
You can't make us any money, so you blame my selling techniques. Has your brain finally gone too much? So you are actually admitting it. The young merchant cursed angrily. Even when he saw a new customer, his expression didn't soften in the slightest.
你这是什么表情啊？
What kind of expression is that?
哎，是觉得那老头说的对，嫌我这水是洒出来骗人的把戏？
Do you think the old geese is right? You think I'm using this water to trick people? Gaze inward. We are about to unfold your secrets. Man, I kind of want to be a little bit like of omnipresence, omniscience, whatever.
不买就滚！别妨碍我做生意，不然。
You're not buying, then get lost. Don't interfere with my business or else. Dark swamp-like fantasies instantly filled his heart, and he skillfully manipulated them, leaving the old man and himself struggling for breath within.
从许多方面来说，你都表里如一，一样让人厌恶，一样让人怜悯。
In many ways, you are consistent, equally detestable and pitiable.
神经病啊你！
Are you insane? Okay, guys. You both kind of pathetic. You should work together, man. You have like both interesting strategies. A man who was focused on arranging his empty backpack would occasionally be heard mumbling to himself.
瓶装水带多了会背不动，带少了又会渴。
If I carry too much bottled water, it will be too heavy. But if I bring too little, I will get thirsty.
果然还是多花点钱，再买2盒净水片吧。虽说回家之后莉亚肯定又要发火，但这也是没办法的事。
I guess I will spend a little bit more to buy 2 more boxes of water purification tablets. Layla will definitely get angry when I return home, but there's no other way.
你看什么看？我又不是在玩过家家。
Quit staring. I'm not playing around, you know? Gaze inward.
等暴乱灾难真正发生的时候，只有我这种提前做好了准备的人才能活下去。
When the riots and disaster starts, only those who are fully prepared like me will survive.
而你们这些蠢货，只能在悔恨中反复咀嚼此刻的愚蠢。
As for you fools, you will have nothing but your own stupidity to blame. Man, why are like so many so bad? I'm pretty sure this dude is just normal and chill. Why can't we like interact with him? Do we have to interact with everyone that has some bad emotions? Oh my god, what a sweet cat. Let's go find out what else is happening here.
喂，你听说了吗？破你大人家里所有的贵重物品，全都被小偷洗劫一空了。
Hey, did you hear that? Lord Penny's house was completely ransacked by a thief.
不仅如此，小偷还在房屋各处画上了诡异的图案，每个图案的正中都摆放粘贴了红颜色的东西。临走前，他甚至故意摁响了门铃。
Also, the thief drew eerie symbols all over the house and placed or stuck something red in their center. And before leaving, he even rang the doorbell.
要我说，这绝对称得上5年来发生过的最大胆，也是最恶劣的事件。
That has got to be the boldest and most heinous incident to occur in the past 5 years. Gaze inward. I want to know all the secrets.
哎呀，幸好这事没发生在我身上。不过我也没那么多东西可偷。哎，能吃饱饭都算好喽。
It's not that bad. I'm lucky it didn't happen to me, but then again, I don't have much to be stolen. So long as I have a full belly, I'm a happy woman.
5年，恐怕今年都算不上了。
5 years? It's not even the worst thing that's happened to happen this year.
就像你说的那样，这充其量只算普通的盗窃事件，对吧？
Like you said, it's just an ordinary thief at most, right?
这么说也是。
I suppose,
而
yeah.
且我始终觉得，虽说罪犯有错，难道那些遭殃的人就没一点错吗？
Besides, although the criminals are in the wrong, aren't the victims specially to blame? What?
他们明明知道弗洛斯的现状，甚至干脆就是导致现状的罪魁祸首，却还不知防备，这不是活该？
And Phosphorus does not look like good place right now from the perspective of Side. They know how things are in Phosphorus. Some of them might even be the main reason behind the current situations. Yet they still refuse to take precautions. Doesn't this make it their fault?
以破尼为例，我猜这多半是针对他的报复。谁叫弗洛斯在这位新监督者的统治下，不仅没有变好，反倒一天天变坏呢？
Take Penny for example. I bet this is a retailing against him. Phosphorus hasn't improved under the rule of this new government. Rather, it's getting worse day by day.
3天一小案，5天一大案，这种提心吊胆的日子过着也没意思。
There's a small case every 3 days and a big case every 5. Living in constant fear has made everyone lose hope. Let's gaze inward.
弗洛斯干脆毁灭算了，所有人一起。
Phosphorus might as well be destroyed. Along with everyone. Hey, what a funny wish! Imagine it would be happen again and
从
again.
天而降的巨石也好，突如其来的地陷也罢，只要能和母亲待在一起，倒也没所谓。
Whether it's a giant rock falling from the sky or sinkhole doesn't matter. So long as I'm with my mother. Even if she stopped gazing into this man's heart, she knew that this thought has long been lurking in his mind. And now it has simply come from home. That was all. A cat! Okay. Surely there's nothing bad to what cat thinks right now, or? Surely not. Meow.
他似乎很害怕人类。
Seems to be afraid of humans. Can I speak with more humans? Probably not. The black cat suddenly stopped in its tracks because another human appeared not far ahead. Perhaps it was a coincidence, but the black cat in front of her bore a striking resemblance to her old body Mara, both in terms of appearance and character. Because of that, she suddenly has the urge to communicate with the black cat. Which perspective? In a way that animal could understand, she sent friendly words that she hasn't said in many years, as well as herself, into the black cat's mind.
你好，
Hello.
人类，你怎么会在我的脑袋里讲话呀？
Holy, the cat is actually speaking to us. Human, why are you speaking in my heart? The black cat switches its tail and circled the person before it.
只是一点无需介意的手段罢了。
Just a little trick. No need to worry about it.
小家伙，告诉我，你为什么害怕人类？
Tell me, little one, why are you afraid of humans?
本喵才不怕人类，明明是人类害怕我。
I'm not afraid of humans, meow. It's humans who are afraid of me.
为什么？
Why?
因为我是一只黑色的不香的小喵。
Because I'm a black, omnious kitty. Oh. Okay, I think there's a little bit translation error, it has to be ominous, not omnious, ominous.
而我 过那些白色、黄色，总之不是黑色的喵影，就特别受欢迎。走过路过，总要被人类摸两把。
While those white and orange friends of mine are always popular, every time they pass by, humans pet them a bunch of times.
唉，不管怎么说，还好人类也害怕黑黑的夜晚。
Anyway, it's a good thing that humans are afraid of the dark night. What is it called if a black cat crossed your street or crossed the street in front of you, get a backlash?
就是因为这样，我才可以在夜晚随便玩。
Because of that, I can play however I see fit during the nighttime.
人类觉得夜晚的道路就像什么深渊，一旦待久了，身体就会消失不见，只剩一团飘起来的白色的还会讲话的东西。
Humans think the roads at night are like an abyss or something. I think this is again a translation error. Not translation error, but just a typo. Once they stay there for too long, their bodies disappear, leaving only a floating white talking thing.
等等，你刚刚是说不祥和深渊？
Or maybe not. Okay, so the typos are actually... Okay, I see. The typos are actually intended. Oh wait, you mean to say omnious and abyss, right?
你说是就是吧，我不想搞懂人类在想什么，反正也搞不懂。我自己喜欢夜晚就好啦。
Whatever. I don't want to understand what humans are thinking, because I can't understand them anyway. I don't mind being the only one who likes the night.
夜晚又凉快又安静，不过偶尔也会有一些胆子大大的人类在夜晚活动。
It's cool and quiet. Occasionally, some bold human become active in the night.
用人类的话来说，他们应该是在干坏事。
In humans' terms, you could say they are probably up to no good. The black cat raised its paw and casually pointed ahead.
比如站在那边的两个人。
Like those who's standing over there. Those two who's standing over there. What are you up to? Observe the residents' entrance to the museum.
老大，你这边什么时候准备好？听娜娜说，无影的人今晚就要行动。
Shadowless, Nana. This is the one who knows everything at the start. Boss, when will you be ready? Nana said those shadowless people are going to make a move tonight.
他们是打算强行炸开坚不可摧的铁门，还是打算翻越高的吓人的城墙？别做梦了！依我看，真正的通路就在博物馆。
Will the blast open their impenetrable iron gate or climb over their terrifyingly high walls? Come on, in my opinion, the real passage is in the museum.
博物馆？可它和天柱一样，都不是我们能去的地方。
The museum? But that place is just like the pillar of heaven. We can't go there.
是啊，打从我记事起，老爹就不断向我强调这件事，但他的说法从没说服过我。
Yeah, my old man has been saying that for as long as I can remember, but his theory never convinced me.
所以后来我就去问了城里年纪最大的安奶奶，结果她也给出了和老爹一样的答案。
So later on, I went to ask Grandma Ann, the oldest person in town, but she said the same as my old man.
但是，当我继续追问安奶奶这条信息从何而来时， 他就像变了一个人一样。尽管说不出所以然，却始终坚信博物馆和天柱都是弗洛斯人的禁地。
But when I continued to question her about the source of the information, she acted like she was possessed. She couldn't tell me why, but she firmly believed that both the museum and the Pillar of Heaven were forbidden grounds for the people on Phosphorus.
不过，最可疑的地方并不在这里。
But that's not even the weirdest thing. Huh?
你想，如果博物馆从一开始就作为弗洛斯人不能进入的禁地，那么，它又为什么会被称为博物馆呢？
Think about it. If the museum was already meant to be a forbiddable place, then why is it called a museum?
而且说到底，弗洛斯人眼中的博物馆，从来都只是一道嵌入地面的小门。
In the eyes of people of Phosphorus, the museum has always been nothing more than a small door embedded in the ground.
小门之下，有可能真的存在一个无比宽阔、用以存放贵重展品的地下空间。当然，也有可能，就是通向城外天柱的秘密通道。
And this dude is kind of not wide of the truth. Beneath that small door, there could be an incredibly vast underground space used to store valuable artifacts. Or it could be a secret passage leading to the Pillar of Heaven inside the city.
不愧是老大，我明白了。
Impressive, boss. I got it.
总之，我们的行动同样在今晚开始。
Either way, our operation will begin tonight. Gaze inward. It's time to use our powers.
只要能率先揭开博物馆和天柱的秘密，并找到藏于其中的宝物，我就能铲除无影，取代破尼那个蠢货，彻底掌控弗洛斯了。
His intentions a little bit cruel, but this is like intentions of the cowardly man, or not? As long as I am the first to uncover the secrets of the museum and the Pillar of Heaven, and find the treasure hidden with it, I can eradicate the Shadowless. Replace that fool Hane and gain control over Phosphorus. He was quite pleased with himself and even began to envision the epitaphs of his two opponents.
破尼一生愚昧，唯有死时聪明。不，这里用清醒更好。至于无影，也许不需要什么墓志铭，这样反而更契合他们的名字，不是吗？
Hane, who is as ignorant in life, is only wise in death. No, sober would be a better word. As for the Shadowless, perhaps they don't need an epitaph at all. That would suit their name more, wouldn't it? Concentrating, she grounded her words into depths of the man's mind.
这是什么？
What is it? The man's world was suddenly overtaken by probing, shifting words, each stroke of them seemingly dipped in his warm blood. The blood writhed, separating and merging before finally forming a sentence.
而你，塞西尔，你将成为弗洛斯永远的罪人。
And you, Cecil, shall become the sinner on Phosphorus forever and more.
所以，这就是你的理由？
So, this is your reasoning?
我的创世神大人，
My divine creator?
我不介意你如此理解。
I don't mind you understanding it that way.
你付出了这么多，
如今却要从头开始，难道不觉得有点可惜？
You sacrificed so much, and now you must start from the scratch? Don't you have any pity?
可惜？
Pity? Her lips curled into a slight smile.
你说的可惜是为弗洛斯人，还是为我的同胞？亦或是为如今的我自己？
When you say pity, is it for the people on Phosphorus? Or my fellow beings? Or perhaps for my present herself?
没什么好可惜，
There's nothing to regret.
它们已经坏了，这是事实。就像一堆放了太久的水果，哪怕其中存在好果，但腐坏只会沿着紧挨的果皮迅速蔓延。
They have already gone bad, which is a fact, just like a pile of fruit that's been left out for too long. Even if there's a good fruit among them, decay will quickly spread along those in contact.
现在想来，从一开始我就不该寄希望于为灵师系统中备份的所有意识创造新生。
Looking back now, I should never have hoped to create a new life for all the consciousness backups in the soul system.
深渊抹煞其希望，末世赋予其自私，而不幸最终令其殒命。你能期待搭载了劣质备份的人类创造出什么理想的文明？
The abyss erased its hope. The apocalypse bestowed selfishness upon it, while misfortune ultimately led to its demise. Can you expect humans with inferior backups to create an ideal civilization?
那你接下来有什么打算？
So what are your plans now?
告诉我，方舟基因库中还剩多少组尚未搭载备份意识的人类基因样本？
Tell me, how many sets of humans' genomes with no backup consciousness loaded remains in the ARC genetic repository?
57组，
57?
很好。在我进入冥想后，帮我把它们置入催化装置。
Very well. Once I enter meditation, help me replace them in the catalytic device.
佛罗莎人的备份意识呢？
And what about the backup consciousness of the Purusians, the Venus people? She didn't answer right away. She suddenly thought of Nana, the enthusiastic girl who left her a kind reminder. Despite their limited interactions, a glimmer of light in the painted Phosphorus was enough to leave a deep impression. After a moment of silence, she shifted her focus and began searching for Nana's figure among the streets and alleyways of Phosphorus.
哥哥，对不起，我今天没有什么收获。
Brother, I'm sorry, but I didn't find anything today.
那你为什么这么晚才回来？
Cecil is her brother. That's bad. Then why did you come back so late?
因为路上发生了一些事。
Because something happened on the way?
和无影有关吗？
Was it the Shadowless?
应该是吧。我记得我当时发现了一个相当可疑的人，于是就找机会凑了上去，探听对方的来历。
I don't know. It seems like it might be related. I encountered someone suspicious, so I approached them and asked where they came from.
我本想着一旦找到机会，就顺势把对方骗过来，交给哥哥处理。
Originally, I thought I could deceive them and bring them to you once I found an opportunity.
但后来，抱歉，那时发生的一切都很模糊，我现在甚至连那个人的相貌都想不起来。
But then, later on, and I'm sorry, everything that happened is blurry now. I can't even remember what that person looked like.
今天是撞鬼了吗？怎么连你也想不起来？
That's like some curse. Oh, what the hell is happening today? How come you can't remember?
你在想什么？
What are you thinking?
没什么，
Never mind.
我只是再次确认了考核的最终结果，以免自己日后愧悔。
I just wanted to confirm the result of the examination to avoid any regrets.
好吧，不过基于你创造我的目的，我还是要真诚地提醒你一句。
I understand. However, based on your purpose for creating me, I must remind you of something.
如果你决定不往剩余的人类基因样本上搭载临时系统中的备份意识，那下一批诞生的弗洛斯人，从任何意义上看，都将与弗楼沙人没有一丝一毫的联系。
If you decided not to load the backup consciousness from the source system onto the remaining human genomes, the next generation Phosphorus will have no connections whatsoever to the Urusians, the Venus people.
他们会成为全新的个体，更确切地说，是那位来自第3行星的宇航员的同胞。
They will become entirely new individuals, or more accurately, compatriots of the astronaut from the third planet.
不，当然有联系。
No, there's still a connection, of course.
那些未受劣质备份污染的新弗洛斯人，既是下一次实验必不可少的道具，也是能让我所珍爱的种子结出好果的沃土。
Those new Phosphorusians will, have it not been tainted by inferior backups, will be the essential tools for the next experiment, and the fertile soil where my cherished seeds shall fruit.
我的创世神大人，您讲话可真是越来越难懂了。
Ah, my divine creator, your words have become incredibly difficult to understand.
代理人，你似乎又忘了一件事。
Representative, it seems you have forgotten something again.
纵使不具人身，我仍是最后一位弗楼沙人。
Even though I don't possess a physical form, I am still the last Urusian.
而这一次，
And this time,
我将我的情感、我的美德与此摒弃。
I will abandon my emotions and virtues here.
在重归纯净的弗洛斯，他们会成为无瑕的种子，文明的衡量者，并遵循不同的道路，指引、帮助人类。
In the purified Phosphorus, they will become flowerless seeds and the measure of civilization. Then they will follow different paths to guide and assist humanity.
最终，经由永不变异的美德之手，仅存于理想的文明将化为现实，全新的弗楼沙亦将屹立于千界之上。
Ultimately, through the unwavering hands-on virtue, the civilization that only exists in dreams will become a reality, and a new Purusha will stand tall across countless realms.
直至永恒。
Until the end of eternity.
在这里的事情结束之后，我也会彻底融入无尽之海，静待种子破土的那一天。
When everything here comes to an end, I will fully join the infinite sea and quietly await the day when the seeds break through the soil.
我已经不需要再与他们生活在一起了。
I no longer need to live alongside them.
那我呢？我该做什么？
What about me? What should I do?
你知道你该做什么？
You know what to do.
比如
For example,
把那只幸运的黑猫带进博物馆，然后销毁临时系统中积存的备份意识。
take the lucky black cat into the museum and destroy the backup's consciousness stored in the soul system?
无妨。
Fine. Huh,
那不重要。
that's not important. Oh, Vita's getting angry.
谨遵你的意志，索。
As you will, sir. You should know that God's footsteps are hidden in everything in the world. Renounce desires, do not cover others' possessions, and you shall experience true joy. Otherwise,
必遭一灭。
annihilation shall befall you. And that's the flute striking. Right now, in the intersection of the proper world and the sea of quanta, in the deep of a certain deity consciousness, when a parasite named Criminal Mastermind began his speech.
哦，这就是您的过去，还真是栩栩如生呢。
Ah, is this your past? It's rather vivid.
不回应吗？那也没关系，因为不论您回应与否，都已经来不及了嘛。
Got nothing to say? Well, that's alright. It's already too late anyway.
您所珍爱的种子遭人离间，您所培养的沃土被人污染。作为教授，我相当理解这对于一个即将取得毕业证书的学生而言，究竟有多么痛苦。
The seeds you cherish have been estranged, and the fertile soil you nurtured has been contaminated. As a professor, I understand quite well how painful this must be for a student about to receive their graduation certificate.
当然，您还有机会，
But of course, you still have a chance.
那就是拼尽全力从您不愿离开的宿舍一路狂奔至教学楼，对那些正在破坏实验的学生施以您最恐怖的惩罚。
That is to rush from the dormitory. You are reluctant to leave to the academic building, and may mete out your most terrifying punishment to the students who are sabotaging the experiment.
不过很可惜，即便您来得再快，一些改变也已发生，不可逆转。
But unfortunately, no matter how fast you go, some changes have already taken place and are irreversible.
因为牵动这出剧目的丝线，从来都没有握在您的手里。
Because the strings that manipulated this drama have never been in your hands.
要猜猜看，他现在在哪儿吗？
Wants to guess where it is now? Moriarty, Moriarty. Girls and Kindness, Act 8. Promised Land. The seeds showed are growing freely.
真是个好天气啊！
What a nice weather.
就让我看看，在种子
Let's
们
see
的
what
带
the
领下，
residents in
现
the
在的弗洛斯
seeds
又变成了什么样
has
子吧？
turned Phosphorus into. Oh man, I can't believe it. We play all the time with Vitas. Look at this suit. So again, when I can pull for Vita, I know it's getting old. I tell it like all the time, but still. Okay, kids, what are you up to?
你觉得玩偶熊怎么样？
What do you think about teddy bears?
太幼稚啦！
Childish.
那花呢？
Then what about flowers?
小紫姐姐每天都会猜，一点都不惊喜。
People collect them every day. It's not surprising at all.
那我也想不出来了。说真的，我们一定要送。你干嘛捶我？
Then I don't have any more ideas. Honestly, we must give. Ouch! Why are you hitting me?
后天就要举办庆典了，你怎么能说这种话？平时都是小紫姐姐给大家准备礼物，我们为她准备一次又怎么了嘛？
The celebration is on the day after tomorrow. How can you say that? Usually, it's people who prepare gifts for everyone. So, what's wrong with us preparing one for her?
说到底，你就是懒，对不？
You're just too lazy, aren't you? Oh. We are not able to gaze inward in those children. So probably, as we know, the moment we gaze inward, we'll be like, oh, it's a cat. Wait a moment. And it loves cats.
小黑，听话嘛，给爸爸摸两下，爸爸赶时间了。
No, the black cat did find someone. Becky, come on. Let Daddy pet you. Daddy's in a rush today.
好吧，就算你不想，我也不会放弃哦。
Fine. I won't stop trying even if you don't want it.
像你这样的小猫，生来就是要被摸的。
Kitties like you are born to be petted. I don't know if this is what you want, black cat, but this is not what you got. Okay, old grandma and
我都说了我不想用，这一定是骗钱的手段。
I already told you I don't want to use it. It's just a scam.
妈，我理解您不想尝试新鲜事物的想法，但它出自小蓝和小黄之手，就是那两个小小的，但是非常可靠的城市代理人。
Mom, I know you don't like trying new things, but this is from Blue and Yellow. Those two small, but very trustworthy city representatives.
往后啊，您就再也不用带着实体钱币出门了。
From now on, you won't have to carry coins around everywhere.
真的？他真的不会把我的钱都吞进去，然后在屏幕上显示余额为0？
Really? But won't just it swallow all my money and display zero balance on the screen?
真的啦。
Of course it won't. At least you spend everything.
这还真是让人意外啊！
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
你说呢，我的创世神？
What do you say, my divine creator?
啊，看来我也需要多花些时间来适应你的沉默。
Looks like I need more time to get accustomed to your
总
silence.
之，难得回来一趟，你应该很想仔细确认种子们的情况吧？
Anyway, since we rarely come here, you must be eager to check on the seeds, right?
可我不知道他们在哪儿呀。
I don't know where they are though, I'm afraid.
你总不能让我在这偌大的弗洛斯里逢人便问，你有没有见过7个和我长得很像的孩子吧？
You can expect me to go around all of Phosphorus and ask everyone, have you seen several children who looks like me? Can you?
7种之一就在广场。
One of the 7 is in the square.
好，好，好，代理人收到，代理人即将出发。
Okay, copy that. About to head there now. Why are you so damn cute? What a messy woman, man. I'm falling in love more and more with Vita. This is bad. This is bad. My god. Pigeon.
叔叔，如果你之后还有什么不明白的地方，都可以找我。
Mister, if there's something you don't understand, please don't hesitate to ask me.
我明天也会在这附近。
I will be nearby tomorrow.
嗨，阿青，
I sign.
维塔姐，你怎么？
Miss Vita, how come you are?
怎么会出现在这里？对吗？
How come I'm here?
是的，毕竟上次你说你短时间内都不会回来。
Yes, the last time you said you would not be back for a while.
怎么说呢？我想你们，也想弗洛斯了。这个理由应该足够吧？
How should I put it? I missed you, and I also missed Phosphorus. Isn't that reason enough?
如果再具体一点，最让我想念的其实是你们喊我 Vita 姐的时刻。
More especially, what I miss most is you calling me Miss Vita.
维塔姐，
Miss Vita?
不要说多余的话，带我去见他们。
No more unnecessary words. Take me to see them.
好啦，不开玩笑了。你的其他几个小伙伴呢？他们都去哪里了？
Alright, no more jokes. Where are your other companions? Where did they all go?
大家这会儿应该都在博物馆。
They should be all at the museum right now.
啊，去那里做什么？
Huh? What are they doing there?
弗洛斯的庆典马上就要到了，小紫希望大家能趁这个机会把博物馆好好打扫一遍。
The celebration in Phosphorus is coming up, and Purple hopes that everyone can thoroughly clean the museum.
虽然博物馆没几件展品，平常也不对外开放，甚至连我们自己都不怎么进去。不过，它依旧是弗洛斯的一部分。
There are not many exhibits in the museum, and it's not usually open to the public, nor even to ourselves, but it's still a part on Phosphorus. That's what you think.
那你呢？
What about you?
在他们打扫期间，由我负责维护弗洛斯的日常秩序。
While they are cleaning, I'm responsible for maintaining the daily order of Phosphorus.
哦，我还以为是你被大家孤立了呢。
Oh, I thought you would be isolated by everyone.
3个人里总会有2个人玩得更好，大概是这样的感觉。
Whenever there are 3 people, that there are always 2 who get along better, right? Perhaps that's how it feels.
维塔姐，你误会了，我只是觉得这样更合适，所以才主动提议由我暂时负责外面的事情。
Miss Vita, you misunderstood. I just thought it would be more appropriate for me to take care of things outside, so I volunteered.
原来是这样啊，
I see.
所以你这边忙完了吗？
So are you done with your task?
现在恰好是居民们的午休时间，短时间内应该不会有什么事情。维塔姐，我带你去找大家吧。
Yes, it's currently the residents' lunch break, so there should not be much happening for a while. Miss Vita, let me take you two to everyone.
好，
Okay. Easy. Go sign. And this pigeon.
维塔姐，
Vita,
你这次会在弗
how
洛斯
long
待
will
多
you
久
stay in
呢？
Phosphorus this
我
time?
也说不准啦。
Can't really
一切都要
tell.
看我
All
的工作安
depends on
排。
my work plan.
你说对吧？
You know it, right?
是这样啊，
Oh,
我还以为维塔姐
I
之后
thought
能
you
一直待
were
在弗洛
not
斯呢。
going anywhere
这
else.
个嘛，
Well,
维塔姐，我们到了。
Vita, here we are.
这里果然干净了不少。
It's definitely much cleaner here.
看来比起一个不上心的清洁工，果然还是负责任的代理人更适合留在弗洛斯嘛。
It seemed that a responsible representative is much suited to stay in Phosphorus than the careless cleaner.
不要这么说，维塔姐，你之前都是一个人处理弗洛斯的事，有顾及不到的地方很正常。
Don't say that, Miss Vita. You used to handle everything in Phosphorus on your own, so it's natural to overlook some things.
而我们现在有8个人，所以很多事情大家都可以一起分担。
But now we have 8 people, so we can share many responsibilities.
8个人吗？
8? Huh? She chuckled at the word that science masters up the courage to say. Since when did I become one of them? She wondered.
好呀，我刚好有一个一直不知道怎么开口的请求呢。
Sure, I actually have a request that I have been struggling to bring up.
啊，是什么呢？
What is it? She smiled and remained silent, then suddenly bent down, surveying the empty display case in front of her. There was nothing here, yet she stared at it as if intoxicated. Many thoughts with particular intentions raced through her mind. She patiently chose them briefly before finally voicing the idea that might trigger a change in me.
阿青，你觉不觉得这个地方不太像博物馆？
And don't you think this place doesn't resemble a museum?
从展品的数量来看，这里确实太空了。
In terms of number of exhibits, it's a bit too empty.
维塔姐，比如把你从其他地方带回来的那些特别的东西放进去，博物馆会不会更像一个博物馆？
Huh? What if we put the souvenirs you brought back from elsewhere in the museum? Would doing so to make feel like one?
我觉得可行哦。
I think that could work.
不过阿青，光是你一个人赞同恐怕不行，这是大家的博物馆。如果你想这样做，就意味着你需要说服其他人。
But Cyan, this isn't enough for you to agree. This museum belongs to everyone, so if you want to do this, you need to convince the others.
你愿意为此付出劳动吗？
Are you willing to put effort into this? The Cyan seed didn't answer immediately. At the same time, voices came from nearby.
阿青，
Cyan!
啊，是红，还有大家。
It's Red and everyone else?
阿青，既然维塔姐回来了，你就早点通知我们嘛。
Cyan, you should have told us earlier that Miss Vita is back.
我们也是刚刚才碰见。
Well, we just met a moment ago.
哦，你就不要埋怨了，反正大家也如愿见到维塔姐姐了，不是吗？
Stop complaining, Red. Everyone is happy to see Miss Vita, right?
维塔姐姐，我好想你，
Aww.
大家也是哦。
Miss Vita, I miss you so much. So did everyone else.
既然是小本相说的，那这份思念的分量可真的很重哦。
That means a lot coming from someone like Yellow.
毕竟，这其中还有不少希望得到维塔姐夸奖的成分在嘛。
That's mostly because she wanted to be praised by you.
蓝，
Blue.
既然如此，那你们就挨个汇报一下你们最近的工作情况吧。
Incredibly cute. Alright, why don't you report on your recent work one by one?
我来。
I will go first.
维塔姐不在的这段时间里，我每天都会上街巡逻，帮大家解决一切麻烦。虽然有时会因为冲动而成为别人眼里的麻烦，不过好在结果都不错。
While you were away, I patrolled the streets every day and helped everyone solve all kind of problems. But sometimes I ended up being more of a hindrance due to my impulsive nature. Luckily, all is well that ends well. As she spoke, the red seed proudly pointed at the small badge on her chest. It was bright and shiny.
维塔姐，你看，这是正义会送给我的呢。他们还说我是弗洛斯的大侦探。
Vita, look! The Justice Society gave me this. Hehehe, they even said I'm the great detective of Phosphorus.
我看你不如把这个称呼当成自己的职业好了，大侦探一心，多合适啊！
I think you should consider adopting that title as your profession. Great Detective Red, it suits you.
维塔姐，你是天才！
Miss Vita, you are a genius!
那么接下来，按照颜色，应该到小运序了。
Then, by the color order, it's little orange next turn.
维塔姐姐，我在和蓝一起编写新教材呢。
Miss Vita, I'm writing a new textbook with blue.
以前的教材有不少错漏之处，长此以往会阻碍弗洛斯的发展。
The previous textbook has quite a few errors and omissions, which could hinder Phosphorus development.
所以，我拜托阿成去各个学员搜集修改意见，然后我根据这些修改意见编排新的教材。
So I asked Orange to collect feedback and suggestions for revisions from various academies. Then, based on those suggestions, I am completing a new textbook.
理性与感性的组合，互补性很好呢。我猜就是考虑到这点，你们才会成为工作伙伴吧。
The combination of reasons and emotions? You complement each other perfectly. I suppose it's this very aspect that made you work partners, right?
原定是绿和我一起啦，但他显然对别的工作更感兴趣，所以我才找到了蓝。
Originally, Green was supposed to work with me, but he showed more interest in other tasks, so I asked Blue for help instead.
哦，那小绿行现在在做什么呢？
Oh? What is Green's work currently then?
我的进度比较慢，目前还在搭建框架。我想还是等做出成果了，再告诉维塔姐比较好。
Me? My progress is a bit slow. I'm still building the framework. I think it would be better to tell you when I have some results to show.
好吧，不过以小绿行你的性格来说，不管做什么都会让人很安心呢。
Alright, but now with you, I don't need to worry about that.
谢谢你，维塔姐，我会好好加油。
Thank you, Miss Vita. I will do my best.
我也很期待你的成果。
I'm also looking forward to your efforts coming to fruit. What? Fruition. It's a word. Fruition. Okay. I'm also looking forward to your efforts coming to fruition.
那么接下来，应该回到小本相这边。
Now let's move on. It's Yellow's turn.
我吗？最近庆典要到了，我一直在帮小紫核对采购清单，整理庆典需要用到的装饰和礼物。
Me? The celebration is approaching, so I have been helping Purple with checking the buy list and organizing the decorations and gifts for it.
我这边当然就是把年初计划好的各种事情一一落实了。顺带一提，我们也给维塔姐姐准备了礼物哦。
As for me, I have been carrying out what we planned at the start of the new year. Oh yeah, we also prepared some gifts for you, Miss Vita. Gifts?
可要是我在庆典那天回不来呢？
But if I can't make it to celebration,
那就把礼物攒起来，等 Vita 姐姐回来再一起送。顺带一提，我们已经攒了。
then we will save the gifts and give them to you when you're ready. Return. By the way, we have already saved up.
我们什么都没有做，就是这样。
We didn't do anything. Yeah, nothing at all.
是啊，虽然你们什么都没有做，但我已经很开心了。
Okay, although you didn't do anything, I'm still very happy.
好，最后就轮到我们阿青了。阿青，你有什么想和我分享的吗？
Alright. Last but not least, it's Sign's turn. Sign, do you have anything you want to share with me?
我不像大家那样足以承担管理城市的重任。
I can't handle the heavy responsibility of maintaining the city like everyone else. Because you are the one who least resembles me among the 7. Really? Sign is like the last, like, I don't know, like the...
每一天，我只是注视着大家的背影，然后在本子上记下弗洛斯发生的变化，最后整理成供所有人阅览的晨报和晚报。
Every day I just stare at everyone's backs and jot down the changes happening across Phosphorus in my notebook. Then I compile them in the morning and evening journals for everyone to read.
我所做的就是这样普通的事。
I have been doing this ordinary task.
普通嘛，这一点也不普通吧？
Ordinary? I don't think it's ordinary at all.
和清洁工一样，他们都是很重要的工作哦。
It's just as important as being a cleaner.
因为你的记录，大家无论何时都能知晓过去的本貌，而城市未来的模样也会在回望过去的同时渐次成型。
Well, if Sign records the past, don't he record like the past of previous cycles too? Or was those always washed away? Because of your records, everyone can see what the past truly looked like at any given moment. And as we look back, the future of the city will gradually take shape.
在时间的雕琢下，任何形式的记录都会绽放出属于自己的光华。举例来说，就像博物馆收藏的展品那样。
As time sculpts displays, any form of record will emit its own radiance, just like the exhibits in the museum.
我明白了，维塔姐。
I understand, Miss Vita.
既然提到了展品，我想再和大家商量一件事。
Now that we talked about exhibits, I would like to discuss something with everyone.
什么事呀，阿青？
What is it, Sign?
我希望博物馆里也能陈列维塔姐从其他地方带来的特别的东西。
I think we should display the special items that Miss Vita brought back from elsewhere in the museum. Is this? There's no way this is part of Vita's plan to actually put an impact on this planet by manipulating little Vitas to achieve her goals. This woman is simply perfect. I suddenly realized that she succeeded. Because change was growing rapidly under my watchful gaze. Nevertheless, after that statement, all the seeds present fell into silence. After some time, it was the green seed who responded first.
很抱歉，请，我不赞同你的提议。如果 Vita 姐可以在空展柜里放上自己喜欢的东西，那其他人又为什么不行呢？
Oops, it didn't quite work. I'm sorry, Sign, but I don't agree with your proposal. If Miss Vita can't put anything she likes in the empty display case, then why can't others?
虽然我也喜欢 Vita 姐姐，可我不喜欢双重标准。
Yeah, I like her, but I don't like double standards.
更确切地说，这座博物馆本就由城市的创立者修建，我们只是那个人的代理人。
More precisely, this museum was built by the city founders, and we are just the founders' representatives.
尽管规定目前只有3条，但我不认为我们有随意增补规定的权限。
Even though there are only 3 rules now, I don't believe we have the authority to arbitrarily add more.
是啊，对待规定，我们都应该慎重一点。
Yes, we should all be more cautious when it comes to rules. So Vita all this time altered the rules so she can do what she wants to do.
这个大家是不是都太认真了？
And well, isn't everyone taking this too seriously?
红，这件事必须认真讨论。如果仅凭冲动做出决定，我们就算不上合格的城市代理人。
Red, this matter must be discussed seriously. If we make decisions based solely on impulse, then we are not good city representatives.
那我等会儿再投票吧。
Then, let's vote on it later.
晴，你现在怎么想？
Fine, what are you thinking now?
我明白大家的想法，但我还是想坚持我的观点。
I understand everyone's reasoning, but I still want to stick to my opinion. As he spoke, the silent seed took the key from his chest and held it tightly in his hand. And as if by doing so, he could gain more courage. But I didn't leave such power in the key.
我一直觉得，这把钥匙不仅代表我们拥有的权限，更是城市创立者信任我们的象征。
I feel like this key not only embodies our authority, but also symbolizes the trust the city founders has in us.
如果那个人真的认为在空展柜中放入其他展品是错误的举动，那么他就会像限制我们踏足禁地那样，剥夺我们开关展柜的权限，并把它当作禁止事项列入规定。
If that person truly believed that putting other items in the empty display cases was wrong, then they would have revoked our authority to open the display cases and listed it as a prohibition in the rules, just like they restricted us from entering the forbidden grounds.
既然现实并不如此，那么这件事就存在着2种解释方向。
But since that's not the case, there are 2 possible interpretations of this matter.
其一，在城市创立者眼中，我们正在讨论的事根本不重要。
First, the matter we are discovering is frankly trivial in the eyes of the city founders.
其二，城市创立者希望他的代理人们可以根据自己的判断，灵活应对发生在弗洛斯的所有变化，而不是始终在原地踏步。
Second, the city founder wanted their representatives to adapt to all changes happening in Phosphorus at their own discretion, rather than making no headway.
基于维塔姐姐说过的，城市创立者对弗洛斯和代理人的期望，我认为第2种可能更加合理。
Based on what Miss Vita said about the expectations of the city founders for Phosphorus and their representatives, I believe the second possibility is more likely.
青说的有道理。
Sign has a point.
哦，
Aww.
我的神明啊，你看见了吗？这颗青色的种子正在揣度你的思想。
My deity, you Do you see this? The science seed is contemplating your thoughts.
而且我猜他全都说对了。
And I guess he is correct.
离你最遥远的谦逊，如今却成了最了解你的存在。你难道不觉得这多少有些令人感慨吗？
Humility, the further things from you, has now become the entity that understands you the most. Don't you find that somewhat thought-provoking?
你太聒噪。
Yeah, too noisy.
好，我闭嘴。不，是停止思考。不过说到底，真的有人能完全停止思？
Okay, well, shut up. Oh, I mean, stop thinking. But in the end, can anyone really stop without warning a suffocating sensation formed around her slender neck, struggling her neither too tightly nor too loosely? Was a gentle reminder, a rope that held her life in its grip is controlled by me at very moment. Leaving behind an ambiguous chuckle, she redirected her gaze to the main character of the discussion.
然后是关于双重标准的问题。
Now let's talk about the issue of double standards.
也许大家都已经发现了，这里虽然叫博物馆，实际上却是一间储存珍贵藏品的仓库。若非必要，代理人和市民都不能随意出入。
Perhaps everyone has already noticed that although this place is called a museum, it's actually a warehouse for storing precious artifacts, where both representatives and citizens cannot enter freely unless necessary.
那么，既然是仓库，如果不对使用的人加以限制，很快就会堆满。
Science is a warehouse. If we don't impose restriction on the people who use it, it will quickly become cluttered.
就像红的垃圾桶一样吗？
Just like red's trash cans. Hey. Hey.
所以，在不改变现有规定的情况下，我想对维塔姐本人进行规定。
Therefore, without modifying the existing rules, I want to propose a rule for Miss Vita herself.
首先，维塔姐想放入的展品必须体现记录的本质，也就是既要代表过去与现在，也能指引未来。
The exhibit that Miss Vita wishes to include must embody the concept of recording. That is to say, they must both represent the past and the present, while also guiding the future.
当然，只是维塔姐自己这么觉得可不行。展品还需要在集会上获得1半以上的票数，才能放入空展柜。
Of course, it's not enough for Miss Vita to believe so alone. For exhibits to be placed in empty display cases, they must receive the vote of the majority of the assembly.
我赞成。
I agree.
我也赞成。
So do I.
如果其他人没有反对意见，那我们刚刚讨论的内容就将成为弗洛斯的第4条，也是城市代理人独立讨论出的第1条规定啦。
If there are no objections, when what we just discussed will become the 4th rule of Phosphorus, and the first rule independently enacted by the city representatives. She yawned a few times, clearly losing patience with the ongoing discussion. This was a part of her terrible work attitude. being deeply invested at the start, then quickly pulling after foreseeing the outcome. There was nothing that could easily change human nature. I was well aware that this moment was no exception. The examination came to an end with her perfunctory and mechanical responses, and my attention gradually drifted away from the scene until a certain indecent occurred. Aww. So happy they are. Her eyes withered as she stared at the seat, hugging her tightly.
你们在做什么？
What are you doing?
维塔姐，我要告诉你一个小秘密。
Hey, Miss Vita, I have a little secret to tell you.
阿晴刚刚特别开心的跟我说，她超级喜欢你在讨论结束后给她起的新名字。
And was so happy just now telling me that he really likes the new name you gave him after the discussion.
尽管竭力遮掩锋芒，可你仍然是光。嘿，不愧是维塔姐姐，总能给大家起这么好听的名字。
Although you try hard to conceal your brilliance, you're still a light. You are always able to come up with such beautiful names for everyone.
别说了。
Please, can we not talk about that? Unfortunately, she never puts much effort into it. She mostly named them based on first impression or spontaneous inspiration. She only saved this one for the last because humility wasn't distinct enough. Her hands hung in the air for a long time, as if they would no longer belong to her if they fell back.
问他们还需要什么？
Ask them what they want, I reminded her.
资源、知识，亦或权限，这是他们通过当前阶段考核的奖励。
Resources, knowledge, or authority. Those should be their rewards for passing this stage of the examination. So she asked,
你们还想要什么？
What else do you want?
维塔姐，我们其实很早就讨论过了，但总觉得有些难以开口。
Miss Vita, we actually discussed it a long time ago, but we always felt it was difficult to bring up.
没关系，就当是庆典的礼物吧，想要什么都可以。
It's okay. Consider it a gift for the celebration. You can ask for anything you want.
那
Well,
我们想要维塔姐多陪我们，可以吗？
then we want you to stay with us a little longer. Is it okay? Throughout the long passage of time, apart from the memory of rebirth, this was the second time that she felt an overwhelming emotion that could shatter her being.
我
The expansion just now inadvertently made her crown out my existence. Therefore, I guided her back into the embrace of the sea.
代理人，你在弗洛斯的工作已经结束。
Representative, your work at Phosphorus has ended. And this is when she got banned from Phosphorous because she was just too popular among the Vitas.
现在该前往下一个目的地了。
Now it's time for you to head to the next destination.
谨遵你的意志，So.
As you will, sir. Thus, I left her eyes.
然而，就在那个瞬间，超脱所有人预期的变化成型了。
However, at that moment, a transformation that exceeded everyone's expectation emerged.
第三次，又是什么时候呢？
And when was the third time?
看得出来，您似乎不希望这位清洁工小姐与种子们有过多工作以外的接触，但您仍选择了她。
It's evident that you don't want this Lena to have too many interactions with the seeds beyond their work. Yet you still chose her.
又或者，您只能选择她，因为只有她足够特殊。我说的对吗？
Or perhaps you could only choose her because she is unique enough. Am I right?
诚然，您可以轻易知晓操控那依附于您根系生长之物的一切，犹如全知全能的神明。
Indeed, you can easily perceive and manipulate everything that attaches itself to your root system like an omniscience and almighty deity. Deity.
然而，即便是神明，也有他的烦恼。
But even deities have their troubles.
一棵大树的枝叶越是繁盛，想触摸某片树叶的叶脉，想彻底根除某只害虫就越困难。因此，它需要一个与神明截然不同的自由的存在。
The lusher the foliage of a great tree, the more difficult it becomes to touch the veins of a specific leaf or eradicate a certain pest. Therefore, you need something entirely different from a deity, something free.
啊，这可真是令人羡慕。
It's truly enviable.
毕竟，我这只大难不死的害虫，虽有幸得以窥看您的过去，和您聊些无关痛痒的话，却连外面发生了什么都无从知晓。
After all, I, this resilient past, have been fortunate enough to catch a glimpse of your past and engage in inconsequential conversation with you. Yet, despite this, I remain ignorant of what is happening outside.
在我看来，沉默可以是强者沉思的象征，也可以是弱者最后的伪装。
In my view, silence can be a symbol of contemplation for the strong or the final disguise of the weak.
我猜您是前者，因为我自认给您造成了些许值得沉思的困扰。
I assume you are in the former category, and I see him to have caused you some perplexing thoughts.
但说到底，还是您太过天真，始终寄希望于您神识之外的存在。
But in the end, you are too naive, always clinging to something beyond your divine consciousness.
不然，您所珍爱的种子，又怎么会被害虫钻了空子？
Otherwise, how could those cherished seeds be exploited by a pest?
啊，这么说来，所谓的种子，
Now that I think about it, those so-called seeds
对神明而言，原本就应该是毫无意义的身外之物才对吧？
must have been meaningless and inessential to a god all along, right? The thoughts he clung to remain undisturbed, but a thunderous roar reverberated from emptiness. It was a heavy footfall. It was the wail of those in distress. It was the shackles of those who could never again goodhood. Pain. The bloated behemoth emerges from the depths of the infinite sea. The blind god would deliver an omniscience and omnipotent punishment. She glances from the eternal void and saw the fiery phoenix ablaze, spreading its wings. Huh? Well, I feel like there's nothing much happened. We just saw Vita, like perspective of Sa, and then the city representatives are actually the seeds that Sa cares that much, and everyone else is simply from the people from Ark. Don't quite understood much. It was interesting to see how Sa just can read people's hearts. And yeah, sadly for Vita, like the big Vita, has a little bit envy for her, and big Vita is just, I don't know, it's just somewhat way too perfect. But that it is for part 4, and yeah, I thank you for listening, for watching, and I hope to see you in part 5, where we will probably get some real action. Until then, see ya.